Hi guys, UMyuuki here. So today I'm back with another deck profile. So this time I'm actually bringing you guys another one of my Sentry Guard deck profile. Alright. Obviously we have our Forerunner. Oh, Sentry Guard. What is this? We are actually playing MLB. Yep. So this is actually my MLB hybrid with Sentry Guard deck. So we are actually playing 3 copies of MLB. So I already explained MLB skill before, so ability is just Vanguard, Rear Guard, continuous. If you have Blaster Blade and Blaster Dart in your soul, this guy crit +1. And then if you have him on the Vanguard circle, it +5k and 1 drive. And then second ability, auto whenever it attacks, put 2 cards into your soul, and then this card +1 get 2 force marker. So the idea behind him is to obviously write him to him first, to stack as many force marker onto the field or stack it onto the Vanguard circle if you like. And then when you write Sentry Guard Dragon, you're able to withstand with attack with a lot of high powers. And then the good part about having to have Majestic Lord Blaster as your Vanguard first is the fact that you have 18k base. 18k base meaning you actually your defense is a lot higher. That means you can get much easier, you can get the combo pieces faster, and then later once you stack up enough, you can go for Sentry Guard to actually do as your finisher. Yep. So 3 copy of him is good enough. And then the best part is actually the fact that his ability is actually a Vanguard and Rear Guard ability. So that means if after you write already, right, you write Sentry Guard Dragon, you get another force marker, right? You have these 2 in your hand, you can call it out. It's base crit of 2. Yeah, you heard me right, it's base crit of 2, and Sentry Guard Dragon attacks, stand again, follow up, or stand again. So that means these 2 are attacking for 23, 2 critical. So it's super duper deadly, it's a good finisher also. Yep. So 3 copy of him is actually good. I feel like there's no need for 4 copies. If you like, you can actually tweak it to have him Sentry Guard Dragon play 3 copy while Majestic Lord play as 4 copy. Yep. But like I say, this is more towards like a Sentry Guard deck instead of a MLB deck. So for me, it's more of a Sentry Guard reliant, I feel. So anyway, continuous ability, if your opponent is grade 3 and above, this card crit base became 2. And then after your second ability, once per turn, after your attack while it's not boosted, counter +1, rest your whole entire back row. If you rest your back row of 3 grade 1s, right? And then discard 1 card, stand this card, and your front row +10k. Yep. And then next up, I'm only actually playing 2 Blaster Dart, 2 Blaster Blade. Yep. I know that sounds very less, right? And it's gonna be very inconsistent to actually get it into your Vanguard soul. But trust me, I playtest this a lot, and for some reason the consistency is there. Yeah, you definitely right into one of these 2 either way. And the other issue is to how to get into the other one, which is why we also play Vanguard. Yeah, but then I'll explain later. So anyway, having him as your Vanguard first, you can actually just counter blast, retire, and then if you don't have any rear, you can also just give him 1 drive by discarding a card. So having the extra twin drive means extra hand cards and extra pressure and dealing damage. So that's quite good to copy. And then Blaster Blade, obviously, because this deck you have a lot of grade 1, right? So meaning you're able to just call it out and rush. So you can fulfill his first condition of continuous, where he has 4 rears, right? He +1 crit. And then like I say, so either one of these you write is actually going to be super duper good. So it's like saying, why don't I actually play more copy of them? That's because I feel like I still need to play this guy, because this guy is actually a very high bit stick, plus his ability helps you to call grade 1. So this guy is my 4 copy, plus because I play the grade 1, right? The grade 1 where you actually look at top 7 to actually add one of the grade 2 or the grade 3s in your hand. So having more copy of, having 4 copy of them, right, means you have a higher chance of adding cards, either one into your hand, meaning you actually filter your deck even more. Yep. So 4 copy of Winston, so it's just when later when you rewrite into your Sentry Guard, it's a good finisher also. Yep. It's a 25k big stick. You have Sentry Guard as your Vanguard, and then on place just counter blast the top 7 called grade 1. Yep. Standard effect I explained before. So next I'm playing for Vanguard. Vanguard, like I say, is to actually help us get into our Blaster Blade or Blaster Dart, so that later we can use MLB skill to actually put into the soul and then get the force marker out on the field. So yeah, Lever Rod, even if you like, you can call it at the back, you can just search out for Blaster Blade or Blaster Dart, and then later you can, even though Lever Rod is at the back, right, you can just use him as a free unit, put into the soul to in order get that force marker. So for Lever Rod, so that's the reason why we are playing so less of Blaster Blade or Blaster Dart. The only main issue you will ever face from this deck is if you're super unlucky, your opponent crit you and your first 2 damage is a Blaster Blade and a Blaster Dart. I mean like a Blaster, both Blaster Blade and both Blaster Dart. So that means you totally just run off either one of them. Yeah, but I mean there's a chance of it happening, but you have to be quite unlucky for that. Yeah, like I said, I played this deck quite a lot, and it's quite consistent. Yeah, out of 10 games I played, right, there's only one game that I ride Sentry Guard first, and I'm actually still able to do my Sentry Guard combo regardless of what happened. So the deck isn't actually very affected. Yeah, having Blaster Blade and Blaster Dart as your other backup grade tools, right, it helps also to counter blast and retire your opponent's rear guard. So yeah, another card that I actually play, the great one, right, to increase your consistency to add cards to your hand, right, is Vanguard Brave. So Vanguard, you can ride it as a first Vanguard, or you can just add it as your Vanguard as the bank. Whenever your attack hits, you can just keep looking, searching your deck, filtering your deck, adding the blaster units to your hand. So with his skill, right, counter blast 1, you can top 7, you can obviously call it behind him, and then boost attack hits, you can look again. So this is one of the reasons why I like this hybrid deck a lot. It's because I find it very consistent that it's actually pulling off the hits and then top 7, right, to actually add a blaster into your hand. It keeps filtering the deck, so that your deck is actually left with a lot of triggers, so that whenever your Vanguard attacks or when they receive damage check, right, you will definitely get a trigger. Yeah. Next, obviously, I play 4 of this, right. I also play 4 of the great ones. So you just to help on right, look at top 7, add Sentry Guard or the grade 2 into your hand, and then it's also your only counter charge engine. So that's 4 of him. Obviously, we also need to play the Strikefolder. Strikefolder is just to help us get into like I say, first right if possible. We need to get into Majestic Lord Blaster. So he's there to help us filter the deck, and it's a 13k big stick or booster. So this guy is always a must play in a Royal Paladin deck. Next up, I'm actually only playing 2 Allens. So he's just there to also just help us get in, draw the cards. I'm also still keeping my like so-called consistency of having more great ones, cause it's a Sentry Guard deck. Yeah, you definitely need to have 3 great ones at the back in order to activate the skill. Yeah, so Allen's skill is just counter blast, can call 1 card equal to your Vanguard grade and then draw a card. Yeah, so that's that. And then trigger lineup, I don't need to explain much. 4 heals, a crit, 4 draw sentinels. Yeah. There's nothing much I can say other than if you have seen the gameplays that I had with hybrid Sentry Guard Majestic Lord, you will see that it's actually very strong. I have no idea how it works. It just somehow works. Every time I on hit, even though I have so little blaster, I only have 7 blaster units in the deck. My top 7 consistently give me a blaster unit. Yeah. Don't ask me how. It's consistent. If it works, it works. Yep, so that's it for my Majestic Lord Blaster hybrid deck with Sentry Guard. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, like, comment, subscribe. See ya. Ciao.